Once again, thank you for tuning in to the channel. The last video I made yesterday was part 1 of trust law. It abruptly ended. Apparently I had too many photos in my and videos in my phone to go on, so it abruptly ended. I was speaking in the last video about the situation where the courts are creating the bonds and how they can get away with doing this. I'd said right at the end of the video before it was cut off that when you go in and you make a decision for the trust, how do you plead? Well, I plead not guilty, Your Honor. What you're doing is you're making a decision for the trust, and then you become a pseudo-trustee, or not real trustee, which is fraud in itself. You vacate the beneficiaryship or position of the beneficiary when you make a decision for the trust. Now there's no beneficiary in the trust, and they can rob it, create the bonds, and sell them and everything. So that's kind of where I just kind of wanted to catch up from the last video there. And I said in that video that I would advise or teach, or whatever the case may be, how to manipulate the trust for your benefit. I mean, you are the beneficiary. You are the one who's supposed to benefit from the trust. A lot of people are benefiting from the trust, and they don't even know it. It's like this. In the early 1980s, Ronald Reagan said that if you took all of the money that you collected for income taxes from all the working people, that it wouldn't even be enough to pay the interest on the deficit. Okay, so how does everything get paid for? You have to look at it this way. The government is the debtor. The people are the creditor. You give credit. I know there's some people out there that don't believe in a secured party creditor, but actually you are. The only reason you're not secured is because you don't know the off-ledger amount in the trust. But you are a secured party creditor up to the amount that you know you have. Every year, you'll get a statement from Social Security. If you are disabled, this is how much you would get, and it'll show you how much is in there. So you're actually a secured party creditor for as much as you know is in the trust. So how this works is, if the income tax isn't enough to pay the debt, well, then how does everything get paid from your trust? My younger brother, has pretty much worked his whole life since he was 15 years old, and a union steel worker guy, constantly complained. Oh, these people, they're down in the projects, and they're getting free rent and food stamps and money, and they don't have to do nothing but lay around and have babies. I'm sick and tired of my taxes paying to keep these people up. I listened to it for a while, and then finally one day I said, look, brother, your taxes aren't paying to keep those people up. What does pay to keep them up is their trust. If you put money into your trust and the government puts millions of dollars into the trust, well, they can pay you from the trust. Here's an example. If you're familiar with anybody who gets EBT, SNAP, Back in the day, they called them food stamps. When you go down to the Department of Human Services to apply means to beg, for a benefit, they become trustees in your trust, and they take the money from your trust to pay. If you get $400 a month in food stamps, that money's coming from your trust and from the children's trust. That if you go down there, if a mother goes down there, or a father goes down there and has 3 children, and one's maybe 2 weeks old, and applies for benefits, they're going to ask the father or the mother, what's your Social Security number, and what's the number of the children? Well, you know, here's mine, and these 2 older children, here's theirs, but this wee little 2-week-old baby doesn't have a Social Security number yet. It usually takes 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks to get that number. Well, they'll give that baby emergency, or if you've never applied for a Social Security card, they'll give you emergency food stamps for about 45 days. And then they'll want that Social Security number. Why is it so important for DCS to have that, or Department of Human Services, to have that number? Because they're going to access the trust and pay the families first, the SNAP money, all that stuff's coming out. And then they're going to charge the trust for the service that they provide. So that's where this is coming from. A person on welfare isn't taking money from the working man's pocket. Not doing it. They're getting it from the trust. So really, you hear people all the time say, oh, so-and-so's on welfare, they're beating the system. No, they're just manipulating the trust to get paid. Here's an example. Back in 2016, I applied for Social Security disability. I was denied, and then I went in with an attorney, and as I went in with this attorney to the administrative hearing, there was an administrator or a judge and 2 other individuals, a voc rehab and a person that was acting like a clerk, and then myself and the attorney. The judge said that he couldn't give me disability. I wasn't enough disabled to pay out. So he said, you know, I love to help veterans whenever I can, and but I just can't justify you being 100% disabled in 2004. So we're talking about 12 years that had lapsed, and you only have two months after you stop working before the insurance runs out. So he told me, I can't help you, man. I love to, but I can't. So I'm going to have to tell you no. I said, well, okay, but I have a couple of questions. And he said, well, go ahead. I'll answer them if I can. I said, okay, what is Social Security? He said, well, Social Security is a trust that you enter into with the Social Security Administration, allowing them to take money from your check and put it into an account in case you become disabled or retire at 65. I said, did you say trust? He said, yeah. I said, so really what we're talking about here is a Social Security Sestica trust, correct? And he went like this. Yes, but we just call it a trust for short. I said, okay. If it's a trust that we're talking about here, then who's the beneficiary? Well, you are, son. Don't you know it's your, it's your account? I said, okay, well then if this is a Social Security trust action that I'm the beneficiary of, I said, wouldn't that make you, and I pointed at the attorney, you, sir, trustees and a fiduciary obligation to the trust? Whoa, hold on a minute, man, hold on. He's like, I said, just answer the question. He said, just hold on a minute, hold on. I said, and he said, yeah, that's what it is. I said, he said, but hold on a minute. I said, I got one more question. And I said, would it be in the Social Security Administration's best interest to give me an on-ledger and off-ledger account of the trust since its inception, and a check for the balance, or give me the monthly annuity payments? He said, well, the annuity payments. Okay. So what is the Social Security benefit? It's an annuity payment. I don't know if you know anything about annuities, but that he said that's what it was. This is coming from the Social Security Administration. He said, but hold on a minute, son. He said, hold on. I'm going to reevaluate my decision, and I'll have an answer for you in 5 to 10 business days. 2 months later, I got the Social Security check and almost $100,000 in back pay. So why did he do that? The lawyer, as I got outside, she said, man, when he said that he wasn't going to give it to you, I tried to keep reminding myself not to let you get away without scheduling an appointment to come down to the office and do the appeals paperwork. She said, but when you said Sestakay Trust, that totally slipped my mind. She said, where'd you learn that from? I said, well, before I got involved and started into this whole process, and I knew I'd have to come in here, I figured I better know what I'm talking about. So I did a search, and, hey, Google's, what's Social Security? Well, it's a trust. Okay, Google's, what's a trust? Well, a trust is this, and, I'm, who's the beneficiary? What's a beneficiary? What's a trustee? What's a fiduciary obligation? And you learn stuff. I said, that's, pretty much it. She said, I asked her, I said, so what do you think the chance is of me getting the benefit? She said, I'm 99.9% sure you're going to get it. She said, if it was, I said, well, she said it was nothing. I'm going to tell you right now, it was nothing I said or did here today. She said, this is all on you. I said, well, I guess I don't owe you $6,000. Oh, yeah, you do. You owe me. I said, yeah, I know some contract law, too. But, yeah, I got it. So, knowing what it is. She said, I've been doing this for 19 years, and I've never heard a judge appeal his own decision. Never. Matter of fact, she said, if you don't get the check, come and work for me at my office. I'll have you doing some research. But I don't work. So that's what this is about. You need to learn. Your trust was set up to pay all your bills. Whoa, what are you talking about? Your trust was set up to pay all your bills. When you go to get a loan at a bank, okay, you're going to go in there and you're going to apply for a loan, and you're going to put the Social Security number on the application. Once you do that, they can access your trust. There's federal laws that says a bank cannot loan you their money, nor can they lend you the depositor's money. So whose money are they loaning you? Yours. It's your money that they're loaning you. Now, if you've bought a house, you'd be familiar with this. But it works with an automobile. It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. What they're going to do, This is what they're going to do. Say I'm going to buy a $100,000 home. They're going to access my trust, and they're going to take the $100,000. They're going to loan me a line of credit for $100,000. And then what they're going to do is they're going to create 3 bonds for $100,000 each. Okay. Now, I'm going to pay back the $100,000, and I'm going to pay it with interest. They're going to sell the bonds on the open market. So if they have $300,000 worth of bonds and they sell them at a 70% or a 30% discount per, that's $210,000 they're going to make straight off the rip. And then what they're going to do is they're going to sell the mortgage to another company. Pretty slick, isn't it? I don't know of anybody who still has their mortgage through the same bank. Now you're going to make payments to the same bank. Why are you making the payments to Vanderbilt Mortgage when they sold the mortgage to another bank, another lender? Right? So you're going to send that money to them, and what they're going to do is they're going to take the money that you send them, and they're going to take the interest that payment bared, and they're going to send it to that mortgage company. And then they're going to take the money and send it back to actually it's air money, or electronic money. They're going to send that back to the trust. And then what happens after 30 years or 15 years, whenever the mortgage is due, you stop sending that money to the bank, and the bank stops sending it to the lender that bought the mortgage, owner. And then what they'll do is, because you stop sending the money, they're going to send, it's what's called a 1099-A. It's acquisition or abandonment of secured property. That's going to go to the Treasury. Hey, this guy is abandoned this account. He stopped sending money to it. And then what's going to happen is the Treasury is going to send the bank paperwork that says it's abandoned, take it out. That's your money. You can go to that lender after you've made that last payment, you can go to that lender and say, that's my account. I'm here to close it. And they would have to give you your money because you're not abandoning it at that point. So, and this is how they do this. It's all set up. You can take a 1099-C and discharge any debt you've got. Any debt you've got. Fill out the 1099 and send it in to them. You can take a 1099-A and purchase anything that's over $600 with it. Use it just like a check. A 1099-A will say, it'll have the borrower's name and address, and the lender's name and address. You have a place to put the account number, the Social Security account. It'll have an amount. It'll have a description. It comes in 3 copies. You have to get them from the IRS because they're scannable. They have to be original. But if you can get the dealership to accept a 1099-A as trustee to your trust, when you do the application, they can take that and file it with a 1040-V or a 1040-X. And they'll get the money as a return from your trust. You can also use a 1099-A, put it in your glove box. When the cop pulls you over, says license, registration, and proof of insurance. Pull out the 1099-A and say, here you go. Well, what's this? This is a tax document. No, that right there is my proof of insurance. I'm self-insured. You're using your trust as insurance. I do. I got a 1099A in every one of my vehicles. I've been pulled over and produced it. Oh, this is driving without insurance. A violation of the, whatever it is they call it, I don't know. Then you go down there and I'm here on special appearance. Here's my proof. Your Honor, prove that I don't have millions of dollars in my trust that insures me. If I hit you, I can get out of the car with the 1099A and say, hey, buddy, I wrecked your oopty. I creamed the back of your car here and the bumper's laying in the street. Are you okay? I hurt my neck a little bit, okay. You're going to need $10,000 for medical care, and, you're probably going to have to go to a chiropractor and get yourself lined or whatever. Your car's, what's your car worth? It's probably worth about $2,000. Well, I'm going to give you 10 for it. So that's $20,000. I'm going to give you another $50,000 for pain and suffering. Are you willing to accept a 1099A? All you got to do is file it with a 1040V, and you'll get paid 45 days later. It usually takes about 45 days. You can do this. It's your money. You are the backer of the dollar. Go get it. Too often I hear people say, I'm doing this redemption manual crap, because that's what it is. Well, I'm going to kill the trust and I'm going to get the money out of it. No, you're not. You're not. What you need to do is learn how to use it for your benefit. I do. I use it for mine. You got a credit card, and they send you a statement every month. They send you a statement. Look up the definition of statement. It's going to say see bond or instrument. Look up the definition of bond and look up the definition of instrument. And you're going to see that the statement they send you has a detachable coupon on the bottom. It says detach here and send in with your payment. What's a coupon? Right? You ever use a coupon? $5 off Tide? You take it to Walmart and you give them the $5 and they take the $5 off. They don't give you back the coupon. What do? With it? They shove it under the drawer. And then at the end of the month, they turn in all their $5 coupons to Tide, and Tide gives them a check. That coupon's worth $5. Your payment, your credit card payment. You look at that coupon, and there's a to and a from on it. Who the coupon's to and who the coupon's from. Then it has a little box with a square in it for you to put the amount in. And then if you look at the bottom of it, you're going to see computer numbers, like on the bottom of your check from your checking account, just like it. There's going to be computer numbers, routing numbers, and an account number at the bottom of the coupon. Well, what is that? A to and a from and an amount, and a routing number and an account number, right? That's a check. That coupon's worth whatever you put in that little square. If it's the balance, put it in there. And then flip that coupon over and sign it like a check, but do it with the beneficiary signature, like I explained in the previous video. Put it in a letter, send it by certified mail to the CEO of the company, send it to the company in care of the CEO, and put in the letter, have it notarized. Take it down to the bank and have it notarized. Put in the letter, hey, I noticed all these years that you've been sending me a statement. And this is what the definition of statement is. Okay, I noticed at the bottom it's got a coupon, which is a bond. This is what a bond is. Look up the definition of coupon. And then ask yourself why you're giving them a coupon and then sending them a check. That's double dipping. They're getting twice the money. I did this with child support, over $11,000 in arrearages. and child support. My first wife divorced me after I got out of the military, and gave my children to her aunt and uncle to raise, and I paid her child support. And then after that aged out, I'm still owing her money. So I send the coupon back to child support enforcement, and hey, this is a statement. This is what a coupon is. You'll notice that I signed the back of the coupon. I'm making a last final attempt to clear this debt. You're making them an offer by sending them back the coupon with a letter stating, this is what I know this really is. It's a coupon. It's worth whatever value, whatever face value it has. I'm making this last final attempt. If they don't accept the money, then you don't owe them. Because by law, if you owe someone money and you have the money to pay them and they refuse, then you don't owe them. I did this in the state of Tennessee with over $11,000 in arrears. And within 45 days, I got a letter from another statement from child support enforcement. And that statement had a zero balance. So I know you can do this. I've done it with a car payment, and I've done it with child support, and I've done it with 3 credit cards. And my credit's increased. So I know this works. So this video's gotten a little long, so I'm going to leave off with that, and I'll add something more to it a little later on. But this is what you do. This is who you are. You're a multi-millionaire and you don't even know it. Welcome to the Millionaires Club. Peace and blessings.